Hey, if you believe in Jesus, you'll have eternal life. Michael Rivalsky here, again with the Holy Bible King James Version, with the Old and the New Testaments. I've been preaching the gospel to just about everybody everywhere I go every day, trying to let people know they got to believe Jesus or else they're going to end up dying and going to eternal punishment. And also, the Holy Bible King James versions have been available at the Dollar Tree, like this one right here. And it's a pretty nice version. I've actually taped it up since my last video. I got some tape on the back here. Hopefully, I'll get a new one soon. But it looks like this one just got hit with some water. Where'd that water come from? Hold on. Wiping it off here. There's still rain coming down from the heavens. Hey, I wanted to show off my new cabin, whatever. So used to living in this tent thing. I've been calling this a tent, even though this, is obviously not a tent. But you could probably tell right there, there's a difference between the last video and this one. I got a drop cloth yesterday, and I cut the thing in half. It was 12 by 9 feet, or 9 by 12. So I cut it in half, and then basically set it up to where I could cut off some of the excess, and then just use these paper clips here to hold this on here. And sorry, I had a mosquito was bothering me. Kind of folded it around and then tucked it underneath the paper clips. I was gonna get clothespins, but they didn't have clothespins. So I got a pretty nice little shelter set up going on here. I also worked on my stove, as you can tell there. That's a couple roasting pans that I put together, and I'll walk you in here so you can see it. All right, let's say I wanna put some more wood in the fire. Bada bang, bada boom, baby. Just put it right in there. Close it back up. Oh yeah. And then this is tin cans, and I use some aluminum foil to make a nice bend here. And the goal is, obviously, as I've been mentioning, to get it to go out that direction and then maybe up one of those poles. But things have been a lot drier here in the tent, or cabin. I apologize, cabin. Hey, I'm so used to living in a tent. I'm not used to living in a cabin. But yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, I could sit back here and plenty of room. I taped this part on both sides. Hold on. Oh, man. I taped it just to kind of hold it together. This drop cloth, I basically had it set up. This is how I set it up. After I cut it in half, I taped it to the top of this and that pole. Had it going across, and basically about 5 or so inches above where I felt like it would make sense, I drew a line using a permanent marker, and then I cut that up along that line, both sides, as you can see here. And then afterward, I started just working it all together, including the cut in the middle, which is pretty easy. I used sand in here. There's sand. You can maybe see it, maybe not. I don't know. But sand from the fire pit that I dug, and of course from back here, I put sand on top of the drop cloth to try to get the whole, try to weigh it down. And I started off with a few paper clips, and then I just started adding more, and I just basically made these things like 1.5 inches to 2 inches apart. It's about the span between each paper clip, and it looks amazing. I mean, I'm more impressed with how it looks than I guess what I thought I would be. I'm actually more amazed how it looks than I even imagined it would look. So I'm pretty happy. Try to show you from over here. Looks great. And I took the time to, after I folded it over and put the paper clips on, I just kind of rolled up the drop cloth and then tucked it underneath all these little paper clips. Almost said clothespins. But you can see here, I could have pulled this a little bit over, but it's almost perfect, like how it's set up. It even rained. You could see all the rain there, and there's sand on the inside, and all this rain is just basically, or all the rain that came down just basically just ran into that crevice, and I guess into the ground. It's not like it's not like we had a tropical storm or anything. Still got that thing set up. I found toads in there and centipedes, caterpillars. Feel bad for them. They drowned in my little unintentional trap thing, but oh well. I got some of these laid out. It just so happened that some ants kind of got into this cup that I was using, and I thought maybe they'll clean out these cans, so I just set them next to each other. But yeah, you can see there and over here, Lord willing, it's looking pretty good. I mean, it doesn't really look that hokey. I mean, it's cheap, but it doesn't look cheap. It actually looks pretty good. I had somebody that saw this today when I showed them I was at the Dollar General. I went there without a penny. I started kind of roaming around the aisles and sharing the gospel with my Bible in hand, and then I mentioned like 2 things. I was like, hey, if you believe Jesus, you have eternal life. And then I got to mentioning that, hey, these Bibles have been printed, or these Bibles have been available, in print or whatever, at the Dollar Tree in the King James Version with the Old and New Testaments, and I've been giving these out for years and so on and so forth. I might have even mentioned a couple times, like, hey, I even walked to Ohio from Florida giving these out. And then I said, I reached in my pocket. I'm like, hold on. I got a little bit of change here. I'm just trying to buy a few things that, hopefully get something to eat. Would you be willing to spare some change? It could help me. I really could use it. And people helped me. I had to be patient though, because not everybody helped me. Oh, I only got my card is one of the worst things I've ever heard anybody say. Or I don't have anything. I would say all things are yours, even though they told me they didn't have anything. So, but yeah, okay. Well, all things are yours, and, or something like that. I've said that. At any rate, I did take and make a clothesline type thing with a bungee cord in here. And it's kind of laying down in there. I had it, but now I can't, I had it spanned out here. Oh, another thing I did was I cut off these little cotton twine things that I had tied here. They really weren't doing that much anyway. They were just, it was pulling it like an inch, maybe. Not that much of a big difference. So, I cut those off, and this actually does overlap. As you can see here, there's a little bit of an overlap there. Tape there, tape there. I even have it to where it might be, like there's like a little tab here to where you could potentially pull this thing off. But I probably wouldn't venture to do it, only because that drop cloth stuff isn't very strong. It's lightweight. I mean, it's really lightweight. They say lightweight, but it's like, it's lightweight. It just is barely enough to accomplish what I need. So here in the shelter, I got a few things. I got a water thing here, kind of hold down the tarp, and a water thing there, and just set it up here. I got my basket from my bike. I've been using that to carry some water for my my spot around here where I've been finding water. Ooh, man, there's a lot of mosquitoes in here. It just looks amazing to me to see this, and then knowing that this is getting so close to being completely done, despite all the mosquitoes. I mean, I'm telling you, if I was to light a fire in here, there wouldn't be any mosquitoes in there probably. It would be the A-OK corral, baby. It would be just so beautiful. No mosquitoes whatsoever. And that is, let me tell you, I've been in these woods for months, and this whole thing that I've been doing, I've been working, and I've been inundated with mosquitoes. I bent over to wash my socks in the bucket, and ouch, this was what I've exclaimed over getting bit in the back while just trying to wash my socks. So if you'd like to get in touch with me to try to offer some sort of support, it could really help. I'm not a lazy person that just wants to feed off of others, while doing nothing for anybody. I really want to try to make something happen to help people. I'm working on, hopefully, getting these printed. Oh, and let me tell you this. As you can see here, this bike of mine looks like it's missing something. The bike tire is in there. It stopped working. I was pedaling it, and it was just going round and round and round. So I'm in dire need here. If anybody would like to come along and support my ministry, offer to what I've been trying to do, it could mean a lot to me. It could mean a lot eternally. What I'm doing here, this is not just a run-of-the-mill type thing. I'm trying to do something that could potentially mean something to a lot of people for a long time. There may be people that I apologize. I'm getting mosquitoes all over me. Hold on. I'm fighting off all kinds of difficulties just to try to get the gospel out to people every day, everywhere I go. And I'm hoping that people will be interested in doing likewise. I'm trying to print Bibles. I know it might not seem like much could get done with somebody just out in the woods, but when it comes to somebody that has an idea on how to do something, if there's people out there that would like to support that idea, then I guarantee, if the Lord's willing, then things will get done. So these Bibles have generally been printed in China. I'd like to print them in the U.S. If you'd like to sponsor me, my phone service is off right now, but you can send me an email or something. I think I got my email is like Michael J. Rivalsky or michaelrivalsky@mail.com. I have a Facebook. You could leave a comment or something. One of the best things you could do to get in touch with me is just leave a comment on my YouTube or my Facebook, unless I got my phone service going. If you call me and you didn't get through or whatever, rather, if you called me and you didn't get through, it wouldn't be a bad idea to leave a comment or something on my YouTube or my Facebook, and potentially, or I may potentially find that, Lord willing. Ow! You're biting me again! Oh, these mosquitoes! I'm not kidding. These things have been hellacious, man. I can hardly hold this thing up. Lord help us all. All right, that's it for now. hopefully it'll be interesting in helping me out. I'm trying to get my phone service back on, and I hope this turns out to be a blessing for all of you. Thank you, and God bless each and every one of you.